Today I wanted to show you some notes that I made in a book that I have here. This is all about accommodations, and I am writing down notes that are related to executive functioning skills. So this is actually annotations in a book that I have on my shelf here called Thinking Differently, an inspiring guide for parents of children with learning disabilities by David Flink, and I will link to this in the notes below. So I wanted to show you what I have noted here as accommodations for executive functioning specifically. So I just kind of outlined some ideas based on my own knowledge as an occupational therapist. So basically we're talking about accommodations, which are ways that we can change the task presented to students to allow them to complete the same assignments or test or any type of task as the other students or their peers. So basically we are not altering the context of the tests or the assignments, but instead we make it possible for them to know what they're doing is accommodated, is changed in some way. We might change the setting, the timing, the scheduling, the response type, and this way that they can do the tasks just with some slight adjustments. So when we're talking about executive functioning skills, we're talking about structure in the form of tools, tactics, and flexibility. So that means we're using these strength-based supports that are based on the individual. The goal is to reduce the cognitive load that we're presenting to the students so that they can complete the task. We are helping with them to improve their independence, their confidence, and their participation in the activity. And we also have to keep in mind that the brain develops at different rates and that each student will be an individual that we are looking at back to that strength-based support. So some ideas for working on executive functioning skills specifically, let's talk about working memory. We can give them written directions, visual clues, task cards, note-taking tools, or recording instructions. And this can all help with them to complete any assignment or task where working memory is a challenge. Now, some of our students with executive functioning skill difficulties have trouble with planning and planning out a task or completing a task because they can not plan the next step. So in that case, we can use checklists, visual schedules, color-coded folders for organization of materials, and break tasks down into steps. Task initiation, which is beginning the task or beginning steps of a task. We can give them clear starting cues, decrease the task size or break the task down, working with a peer so that there's a model, or using a timer with a start-stop time so that the student knows when they are to begin the next task or when they are to stop it. Next task area is time management. Now we can use visual timers, extra time for tasks, time chunking, and pacing strategies. So this is just some of the ways that we can use accommodations in executive functioning skills. I have actually a complete list with all of the executive functioning skill areas, written in a PDF that you can print off. This is available inside the OT Toolbox membership as a printable handout that we can use for ideas for working with students with executive functioning challenges, or we can use it as an educational handout to use in educating anyone that we're working with related to the student on the team. That might be parents, that might be administrators, teachers. So anyway, that's available inside the OT Toolbox membership.